I'm sure this has happened to you. No. Oh my god. Well, we're going to go over everything you need to know about Blitzcrank to hit all those poles and improve your gameplay. Now, first off, why would you want to play this golden Goliath? Well, pull, 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 and of course, pull. However, there are some downsides. He does have some major mana issues early, very reliant on his Q as a skill shot, and Malphite. Alright, with that out of the way, let's take a look at those abilities. Now, first up, let's start with the most important. Your pull! You know what it is. It's that Q, baby! Pull those champions in. Alright, now that we have the best ability out of the way, he does have a passive. His passive is Mana Barrier. With Blitz, when he gets low, he gets a shield equal to 30% of his max mana. His W is Overdrive. This makes Blitz run fast, then he gets real slow. He also gains some attack speed. Next up, his E is Fist Him. This will punch your enemy to the air and deal bonus damage. It also is an auto attack reset. Last up, we have his ult, Steal the Wave. Static Field. When your ult is not on cooldown, you'll have a lightning bolt come down periodic to deal damage to champions you hit with your auto attack or E. When you activate it, you explode into electricity, dealing damage to anything around you and silencing targets for 1.5 seconds. Alright, now with those out of the way, let's take a look at those runes. First up, we want to take Glacial Augment so we can slow the enemy when we pull. Hex Blast so when we inevitably flash pull, we'll still use this ability to keep doing it. Biscuit Delivery because even robots get hungry, and Cosmic Inflight for more flash pulls. Then for secondary tree, we get Nimbus Cloak for movement speed and celerity for even more movement speed. Last up, we take Flash Ignite because exhaust is not the Blitzcrank way, but sometimes it should be the Blitzcrank way. Now let's take a look at that build. Now I think his build is one of the weirdest things about him because I'm building support like a support and oh my god, it's just weird. But we do want to take those Moby Boots because engaging is the name of the game and we gotta make sure we hit those poles. Shurelia's for more movement speed and Zeke's Herald. Zeke's Herald? Oh my god, no, Zeke's Convergence! Then you can get Knight's Vow and then any other tanky items you want. Thank you all for watching and I hope you're enjoying the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, now let's take a look at those tips for the Cranku. Now let's just start at the beginning of the game. When you do play Blitz, the enemy team will 100% expect you to invade because that's what Blitz does. So unless you're fully confident that you're going to win that invade, you just want to walk up, try and get a pull off and force a flash. But after that, just kind of back away. Now I'm here to lay it on the line for you. Once you get into lane, this is the key, the secret sauce, the #1 hat. The threat of being pulled is much stronger than the actual pull itself. That's right, I said it. When you have your pull up, the enemy changes the entire way that they play the game. They change the way that they walk up, they change the way they position, and that means they're outside their comfort zone and it makes people make mistakes. We're playing 4D chess while they're playing checkers. So if you know the follow-up isn't going to do much, then there's no reason you need to queue and just keep that threat on the table. Once the threat of your pull is gone, then they control the lane because you really can't do much as a follow-up. They'll have the opportunity to walk up, poke you, farm at their discretion. Your pulls early are precious since you basically just get 3 of them before you run out of mana. So if you do have a chance to engage without using your pull, do it. If you can get a knock up and force the enemy to use their evasion or their flash, then you can use your pull to bring them back in. Running at the enemy and holding that pull also has that psychological effect. They never know when you're going to use it, so they keep dodging, and it makes their retreat that much slower. Now this next thing might just be me as Mr. Aggressive, but don't be afraid to flash pull if it means you get something in return. If the enemy believes they're safe, that's when you want to strike. If you get the enemy's flash, great. You get a kill, better. You get both, now that's the best. Now after you've done something like this, you want to try and maintain that bush control so the enemy is always cautious of where you are. They will always have the threat of you hex flashing towards them and getting another pull. Now surprising them before they can evade you is a good way to make sure you land your pull, but there are some other ways to increase that accuracy. When you're in lane and the enemy is farming, there is opportunities that you have to get your pull off. The best time to pull is when you know the enemy is going to go up to last hit. When the enemy auto attacks, they have to stand still for the wind up. Generally it's best when the enemy has to walk up to get like a solo cannon minion. When they stop, you want to use this opportunity to use your Q. Another thing to look for is to watch how the enemy dodges abilities. Most of the time people tend to play a bit on autopilot, so their dodging typically tends to be the same. So if the enemy dodges left, you can broadcast that you're coming to pull and you'll most likely do it again so you can predict where they're going to go. Then once you get into that mid and late game, you can still have opportunities, but they open up at different times. One thing you could do is you can wait for an enemy to move through their jungle so they're in that narrow path, so it's a lot less maneuverability for them. And the #1 best way to hit your pull is when the enemy is near a wall. If they're near a wall, then they only have one way that they can dodge. So you aim slightly to the right of it, but still enough to hit them even if they don't move. And with that, they'll either need a flash or get pulled. Now, this isn't a magic solution, so you'll land every pull, but this will get you a lot better at making sure you hit those key targets. And then from there, you just pull, and pull some more. As Blitzcrank, your strength is in your utility, not the damage that you can do, or even the tankiness that you bring. So you must make sure that you land your abilities as much as possible. And that's it. We did it! We won the game. And if you enjoyed this video, check out Zach as he bursts down the enemies with all his AP. Talk to you later!